Ho, ho, ho. The Ravens make it a Merry Christmas Eve, heading into the big fella's big day, as Santa Claus is on his way, and he delivers the Ravens flock a berth to the playoffs in 2022, a year after missing out on the dance last season. It's the Flex On Podcast, special Christmas Eve edition of the official Baltimore Ravens postgame show. You guys know the drill. God's favorite host, social media extraordinaire Big Raj. We're going to talk about it, break it all down as the Ravens do indeed clinch a playoff berth. First and foremost, a message from my good friend Santa Claus. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell for all notifications. Vote on the poll, donate with your super chat, and let us know your thoughts on the Ravens 17-9 victory and on the Falcons. It's the Flex On Podcast, official Baltimore Ravens postgame show, y'all. Bringing you that holiday cheer better than jolly old Saint Nick. It's the Flex On Podcast, only place Raj giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
What you need right now is a special Christmas Eve edition of the official Baltimore Ravens post-game show. And I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't be doing this show with anybody else than this brother to my left, to my right, whichever vantage point you're looking at. The gift that keeps on giving, the social media extraordinaire, Big Raj. Merry Christmas to you. I know you're with family, so I appreciate you joining me here today. How you feeling, my guy?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. Ready to recap this Ravens game and also some other things.
Yes, man. I know Santa Claus is on his way. You look mighty spiffy in a sweatsuit. Keep it warm out there if you are outside. Uh, Everybody, make sure you guys hit that like button. A message from our good friend Santa Claus as he's on his way. Give us a gift. It costs you nothing. I know you spent a lot of money today in the past couple of days buying gifts. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Hit the bell. Let us know your thoughts on the Ravens clinching a playoff berth. This season has been full of ups and downs, but they are going to the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. And you can't win a championship if you don't make the playoffs. Raj, I want to start with that. They get the win today. They handle business 17-9. It was cold. It was ugly. We thought about that. I actually had the score being 17-13. So I actually had the Ravens score right. But just your thoughts on the game. And you can't be mad. The Ravens are going to the playoffs nonetheless, even with all the goofiness that they've accomplished this year or lack thereof, especially on the offensive end.
No, I'm not mad at all, man. It was a good day today. They were pretty much the Ravens like we've seen all season. Started off slow. A lot of field goals, a blocked field goal, Justin Tucker. But they strive through. Tyler Huntley started the game again. He wasn't the perfect quarterback today, but he made a couple throws here and there. One to Sammy Watkins, welcome back to the Ravens, a 40-yard bomb, and one to Mark Andrews down the sideline. So, yeah, he wasn't perfect. He wasn't great, but he got the job done, and we're a playoff team now, so that's great. So, fire away, man. What questions do you want to ask?
Well, let's start with the offense, Raj. Huntley, 9 of 17, 115 yards, first touchdown, and it's to a wide receiver, first time since week 3. Demarcus Robinson, his only catch of the day, one catch for 6 yards. Deshaun Jackson, one catch for 10 yards. Watkins, 1 for 40. Andrews, 3 for 45. Oliver, 1 for 6. Hill, 1 for 4. Likely 1 for 4. I want to start with the offense and mainly the passing game because that's been the scrutiny. That's been the talk all week. Fire Greg Roman. What did you think about the offense, the play of Tyler Huntley, and the passing game? We saw flashes that it can possibly do something to complement this great running game. Kind of wonder why they didn't go back to some of those things that worked so well early on.
I mean, like I said, I thought Tyler Huntley was sufficient enough. I didn't like a lot of the play calling from Greg Roman today. Although he ran the ball a lot, he still did a lot of dumb things when you didn't need him to do it. Especially with running Tyler Huntley. I mean, it was a couple of those times where Tyler should have just slid, but he almost got himself killed again. So it is what it is with him. But Tyler was sufficient, like I said. J.K. Dobbins had an okay game today. He was not over 100 yards. I think he had 59 yards on the ground. Gus Edwards had 99 yards. He played pretty well today. And I think Tyler Huntley had 29 yards. So, like I said, they were moving the ball up and down the field. They were sufficient. They missed the field goal, but they could have easily done more. But these are the Ravens, man. So you just pray and hope that they score points whenever they get near their side of the field. So it is what it is. They got the job done. Like I said before, man, they got a lot of work to do. Hopefully, Lamar Jackson does come back this season. I'm not sure if he'll be back the next game or not, but we'll find out, man. We'll see in the coming days if he'll touch the practice field, and if he does touch the practice field, we got to see how that leg looks.
Speaking of Lamar, and that's a perfect segue, quarterback position. Obviously, we know this Lamar Tyler Huntley dynamic of Tyler Huntley can do what Lamar does, needs to stop. And I think we've seen that. Lamar hasn't practiced in probably almost a month fully. He's been sick here and there, battling some nagging injuries. Now with the PCL sprain, which normally takes about a month, we saw Zach Wilson out for a month. With the playoffs already secured, we know they can still win the division, but would you rather have a healthy Lamar, maybe have him sit out this coming week, maybe just have him practice limitedly and work back up to maybe playing the last week of the season or just waiting into the playoffs?
We got to see it before the playoffs, man. I don't want him going into the playoffs cold. You never know what might happen. He might screw up and throw a couple of interceptions left or right, but we got to make sure that he gets back on the field, either the Cincinnati game or next week. We got to see him before that. Now, hopefully, he doesn't look cold and he looks good, but I don't know, man. We shall see. I mean, like all this talk during the week with Lamar Jackson's contract and how we need receivers, and it's just taking a toll on this city and a lot of the fans, man. And with us making the playoffs, hopefully, the season's not over with. Hopefully, he will come back and he will, feel obligated to at least finish the season with us. But I mean, we shall see, because all the cards are on the table right now. Everything's up in the air. So if we can make a run, make it to the AFC Championship game, maybe the divisional round or AFC Championship game, there's a good slight chance he could come back, or he can come back in a wild card and we can end up just straight up losing. Either way, I do want to see him come back this season. So hopefully he comes back healthy and he'll finish it out with us. But, we can only hope.
Yeah, I even posed a question of if he doesn't play against Pittsburgh, maybe at least have him play a half against Cincinnati, and then if the game gets out of hand, you put him on the bench. You're in the playoffs. We shall see. And shout out to Brian. I know he might be in the other room, right? So shout out to Brian.
He downstairs.
Okay. Shout out to Brian in the same building. Shout out to Justin P. He talked about, we're going to get to the defensive sector, but the running game, Raj, kind of makes me wonder why they didn't run it more. Edwards, 11 for 99. Dobbins, 12 for 59. Huntley, 11 for 26. I would have rather them gave those carries to Gus and JK. But, I mean, we got to give Greg Roman his flowers. He's great at running the football. He just doesn't stay committed to it.
He doesn't stay committed to it, and I wish he would. A lot of times we honestly didn't need to see Tyler Huntley run. I didn't want to see that. I mean, JK could have got the ball a couple more times. What's going on with you, Justin, man? I saw you out there bundled up, man. I know you was freezing your behind.
You still defrosting, Justin, man? Did you get some cold beverages to keep you warm?
I mean, hey, man, he had a half empty stadium, and I don't think nobody was sitting next to him, but he was out there freezing.
Hey, Kimberly, Merry Christmas.
But yeah, man, the running game. Giro is a master at the running game. You cannot take that away from him. Everywhere he's went, the running game has been phenomenal. When he went to Buffalo, the running game was great. When he went to San Francisco, the running game was great. And of course, when he came here, the running game is great. But his play calling, his situational play calling is what keeps him behind a lot of the times. And of course, the way the wide receivers are lined up. And again, he did it again with the situational play calling. I don't want to see Tyler Huntley running on fourth down. I don't want to see that. I honestly don't want to see that. Give that ball to Gus Edwards for 2 yards, or give it to somebody else, man. But I don't want to see Tyler Huntley running the ball. Not to say that he can't run the ball. It's just he doesn't look good doing it, and he gets hit a lot, especially
like running in slow motion.
He's running in slow motion. You can't have that. We cannot have him running in
He's
slow
trying to
motion.
juke people. Then he,
No, he's not Lamar.
yeah,
Lamar's a twitchy runner, and he doesn't run in a straight line half the time. He's shaking people left and right. Tyler Huntley just runs in a straight line, and that's going to get him hurt. And like we don't need another hurt quarterback because Tyler Huntley's already dealing with a shoulder injury. So, but yeah, like I said before, the running game was great. The running game was phenomenal. I wish they would stick to it a little bit more. I don't want to see the deep shots. I didn't like some of those plays either. I mean, like the deep shot to Deshaun Jackson. I'm like, bro, just get the first down. You don't got to take a deep shot on 3rd and 2. It's
take it
just
on first down. That way you still have 2 downs to work with. That's what I've been saying.
exactly
Play action.
play action, but they just doing little silly things. But I think this team with the defense, the way they play defense, they can make a run. But I'm pretty sure we'll talk about that side of the ball as well.
Yeah, let's get to the defense. They pretty much held Ritter in check. I'm gonna go down to Atlanta real quick. 22 of 33 was a rookie. Desmond Ritter, 218. Aljalir, the rookie out of BYU, 74 yards. They kept Cordero Patterson in track. He only had 17 yards. And Drake London, 7 for 96, but the forced fumble by Marlon Humphrey. But defensively, oh my goodness, Roquan Smith, 15 tackles. Patrick Queen, 9 tackles, half a sack. Humphrey, 7 tackles. Matabike, 7 tackles and a sack. Brandon Stevens had a half a sack, 5 tackles. Broderick Washington, who's going to get paid, 5 tackles. Chuck Clark had 7 tackles. Even Owe had 3 tackles. Marcus Williams with 3 tackles. Bowser with 3 tackles. So Kyle Hamilton even with 3 tackles as well. I know, Justin, you said 17 points won't cut it in the playoffs, but this defense is only giving up field goals, man. But you got to like what you're seeing from the defense, but offense is going to have to help them out.
I will say this: they did play a rookie, and usually they do well against the rookies. Now, Desmond Ritter, he struggled last week in his debut, but I thought he played a lot more poised after the first quarter. I thought he settled down with the Atlanta Falcons, and he found Drake London on some amazing plays, man. Like he threw it behind Drake.
He's going to be really good.
Man, I wish he was on our team.
Wish we had a Drake London.
Bro, oh my goodness.
Look, and Kyle Pitts is out for the year. Imagine if they get him back.
If Kyle Pitts played today, I would have been scared. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I would have been afraid if Kyle Pitts was out there. But Drake London was a handful himself. So they got a good receiving core coming up for the Falcons. Hopefully Desmond Ritter will be able to, shake out some of them cobwebs and be able to grow as the team grows. But I thought Atlanta did a okay job against our defense, man. They had a couple chances where they could have scored a touchdown and they just missed the boat. But it is what it is. But I thought Roquan Smith, man, he's a difference maker. We already know this. This is why we brought him in here. This is what he does for 11. And I can't believe to say this. This is his first Pro Bowl? Really?
Somebody need to be slapped across the head for that, man. This man been a star.
He's been a star, man. I mean, going into the season, he was like a 90 on Madden, straight up. I mean, he was like the most important person on the Chicago Bears besides Justin Fields. So I don't understand why he's, not a Pro Bowler just yet, or this is his first one. That's ridiculous. But yeah, he was all over the field. He made a lot of key tackles, and he held the running game in check, along with Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen is feeding off of him, and every time I see
that 5th-year option, stop playing.
Yeah, just give him the 5th-year option.
Give it to him.
Yeah, keep him keep him 2 more years.
If you want to trade him, go ahead.
No, don't trade him. Keep them. Keep both of them because they're fast together. They can run, both of them. So keep both of them on the same team for at least 2 more years. Marlon Humphrey had an okay game today. He had that punch out on Drake London for the forced fumble. I thought he did a solid job. Brandon Stevens didn't get cooked too much today, thank God. Because usually when we see him sometimes, I shake my head at him. Kyle Hamilton almost got hurt again, but thankfully it wasn't serious. He came back in the game, made a couple of key tackles as well, a couple of stops. Yeah, man, and they played well without Calais Campbell and without Marcus Peters, which is a good thing because hopefully they'll be back in the coming weeks. So they wasn't able to go out there and be used up. They can rest their bodies because they got hurt last week. But the defense did well. They only gave up 9 points. You can't ask more than that, which is a good thing. They stopped them when they needed to stop them. They bended a lot. No, let's not be mistaken. They bended, or they were bending. Like I said, if Kyle Pitts would have played, they probably would have broke. But Only Drake London played. Desmond Ritter's a rookie. They was able to hold him in check on 9 points, and they got away with a win, man. That's all you can ask for your defense. It's just to keep you in the game and to, make plays. And they did both. They kept them in the game and they made plays.
Special teams, real quick. Are you worried about special teams? Justin Tucker had a kick blocked again. I personally think just because of conditions, they might have been better off going for it on that situation. I know it's Tucker, but this might have been a chance to actually go for it. Even if you don't get it, you reverse field. Special teams been a little shaky, and the Ravens are usually A+ in special teams. As much as we criticize Harbaugh, his Chris Horton, they're A+ special teams. The last 2 weeks, I'm not pleased with it, and with Duvernay hurt now, I'm a little worried about that part of the football team.
I want to say I'm not really worried about that part of the field, but it is concerning when you see a couple block kicks back to back in each week. Like I don't know what's going on with that unit or why the offensive line is not being able to hold these guys back from batting down the ball. But I think Justin Tucker is fine. It's just that maybe you're right. Maybe they should have went for it. But I understand why they didn't go for it. I mean, they wanted to get as many points as they could, and they figured that since they're playing a rookie, he wouldn't be able to do stuff like Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or Trevor Lawrence, things like that against them. So he was just trying to get the field goals. I understand it. Tyler Huntley's he's in there. It's not like Lamar is in there. So you just gotta get as many points as you can possibly get. But yeah, I mean, you could be a little bit concerned, but I think they'll correct it. At least that part of it, anyway. And so yeah, man, I think they'll be fine with special teams. I just don't want to see either Justice Hill or Prochet, fumbling the football. Because everybody knows Duvernay was solid, as far as kick returns and punt returns. He was a solid dude for that. So hopefully those two guys can fill in, well worth filling in, and they can do a good job. So but we'll see. We'll see.
Let's give out game ball, not so game ball, Raj. Who gets your game ball? Who gets your not so game ball?
My game ball got to go to Roquan Smith, man. I mean, like I said before, he was all over the field. He made a lot of key tackles. He makes he makes his counterpart very, very, very good. Patrick Queen. He makes Patrick Queen look like a superstar. Patrick Queen was already playing okay this season, but he makes him look a lot better. So Roquan Smith, 15 tackles, and just leading that defense to another victory gets my game ball. But my not so game ball has to go to I don't know. I don't know if I have one for a not so game ball. I thought everybody played pretty well on the Ravens side. I'm not, and I think to be honest with you, I didn't think that nobody on the Atlanta side actually played poorly. I thought they did what they could. Desmond Ritter showed me a lot. He showed me that he has a lot of heart, even though he was, getting tackled and sacked a couple times. But he showed me a lot, especially coming from that first game to this game. I was like, oh, we can actually play. I was like, oh, okay, all right. But yeah, I mean, Drake London, he was awesome. So I don't really have a not so game ball as far as this game is concerned. But yeah, my game ball definitely got to go to Roquan Smith, though. He's a definite difference maker on his team. He really is.
Offensive line, they have really quietly turned into one of the better offensive lines in the league. And I would hope we can finally get a healthy Lamar, healthy Ronnie Stanley, healthy J.K. Dobbins, healthy Gus Edwards. Linderbaum is earning his keep. Moses is playing solid. Zeitler's back. Ben Powers may be one of the most improved Ravens this season. You can let us know who you think. Him and Broderick Washington probably up there. Offensive line, man, they got to get a lot of love. No sacks today, and they did a hell of a job in running the football.
That is true. The offensive line is definitely doing their job. Ronnie Stanley coming back is always a tremendous, 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 tremendous help. He holds down that left side, and Ben Powers has been playing great as well. But I am disappointed a little bit because I do want to see a little bit more of Ben Cleveland. Just to substitute every now and again. Every time I saw him in the game, man, he was making plays, man. So I don't understand why he's on inactive every week. Oh, here's another one. Maybe this can be the national game ball. Why is Ojabo inactive again?
What, he was inactive, right? What's going on?
What is going on with? I don't understand. I
No
mean,
Kolar still, right?
no Kolar, no Ojabo. Why can't these guys get on the field? I'm still scratching my head. Ojabo played one snap last week. We thought we was gonna get a couple more snaps this week, and he's inactive. Maybe because of for Sammy Watkins, I guess. I don't know, but maybe that's my national game ball. These guys being inactive, and we need to see what they can do, especially coming up on this stretch. You need all the help you can get, but like I said
And the thing
before,
about it is, Calais Campbell, Marcus Peters were out with injury, so that's two spots right there. Like you said,
exactly.
playoffs are coming up. You got to see what these guys can do. And Ajabo plays special teams.
Yep, he plays special teams, and we always still not really giving us anything. He got shook on that one play.
I
That's,
might be Owe inactive if it was me. See what Ajabo can do, man. Put him in
I,
Owe spot for a week.
I don't understand that, but they're gonna roll with Oway, so they're gonna roll with him. We'll see what
Owe,
happens.
right?
But people be saying Oway, no way, go away. But at least that's what D says. But
Yeah.
you know that's how it goes.
Yes. I wanna switch gears real quick. Week 17, Steelers part two, home this time. They beat them in Pittsburgh. I know you were still a little worried about this game, and the Steelers are playing as we speak. Franco Harris, rest in peace. But
Hmm.
how you feeling about that game, divisional game, end of the season? Can really go anyway. And Mike Tomlin's trying not to have his first losing season, so the players know that too.
I just want them to get out this game healthy. I don't care if they win. I don't care if they lose. They did what they were supposed to do. They made the playoffs. If they end up winning the division, that'd be great. If they don't, it doesn't matter to me. I got what I wanted. So all I want from this game is health. That's it. I just want people to be healthy. I don't want them to be getting smacked around like they did the last couple games when they played Pittsburgh and the Broncos and the Carolina Panthers. Those are some tough defenses, man. I just need them to stay healthy for real. If they really want to have a chance of winning at all, or at least going far in the playoffs, they got to stay healthy. But I'm not too concerned next week about the Steelers. Like you said, rest in peace, Franco Harris. That's devastating, man. 50 years ago, the what was the Immaculate Reception
Yeah.
was founded by him as a rookie, and yeah, he didn't get a chance to be receptive for that.
Yeah, his
50
jersey won't get
years later,
retired tonight, but it should have been retired. That was goofy.
right? But it would have been the 50-year anniversary
Yeah,
tonight,
yeah.
so that sucks. And he died a couple days ago, so that really sucks. But rest in peace to Franco Harris. He's a legend, Steelers legend, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna do him right tonight. But but yeah, as far as next week, I mean, I'm not really worried, man. As long as they stay healthy, as long as they don't upset the Pittsburgh Steelers, if you know what I mean. Tom will be sticking his foot out. We don't need Tyler Huntley or whoever's playing quarterback to get that foolishness. So they got the first win against the Steelers, man. If they choose to take the L next week, I wouldn't be mad. Just as long as you stay healthy. That's all I care about.
Justin, let us know, man. We can get you on one of these post games. We got at least three more, Raj, because they are in the playoffs, so we'll get an extra bonus one. But Justin, if you want to come on next week, we can make that happen, brother. We'd be
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah. Definitely. If you want to come on, Justin, just let us know, man. We definitely make room for you to come through and you can, promote your podcast because I know you got a podcast as well. And promote the group chat and that were in on Facebook. So yeah, come through, man. Talk that Ravens talk with us.
Yeah, Justin, let's make that happen next week. If you're free, New Year's Eve, let's bring in the new year with the Flex Zone. It'll be our last live stream of the year,
Mhm.
actually, too. So, way to
Yeah.
end a great year for the Flex Zone.
Well, this is the last live stream for the year because next week is January 1st.
True. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sunday. You're right. Yeah. So, we'll be live this coming week. We'll be live. We got some live streams coming, but Ravens
yeah,
wise, this last one. Rick Ross. I don't know if it's Rick Ross, but you got the Janelle Monáe picture. Thank you for the playoff standings. If you want to drop the AFC standings for us, be much appreciated. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Santa Claus would appreciate it. And so with the Flex Zone, Raj, before we get out of here, one last question. I put it as a poll.
hmm
Will the Ravens make a deep playoff run? And to everybody's definition, what is a deep playoff run? I think at least winning multiple games, at least probably getting to a conference championship at least. And Justin had put in, 17 points isn't going to get it done against the Chiefs,
Correct.
Bills, Bengals. But honestly, if the Ravens are going to be the fifth seed, the highest wild card potentially, playing the Titans or Jaguars, because the Titans lost 5 in a row. Jaguars are
Mm-hmm.
now in the lead in that division, actually. Jaguars
Mm-hmm.
went out, they win the division. Ravens could go back to Jacksonville. We'll see what happens. You can't be mad at the Ravens with this defensive running game, possibly playing at Jacksonville, Tennessee, or one of those two teams from the AFC South. Personally, just me.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you. I think they can make a deep playoff run, but it's gonna take a couple factors. One, we got to get Lamar Jackson back. One, if we get Lamar Jackson back and he's healthy, this team averages about 20 to 25 points with him in the lineup. No matter who the wide receivers are, it doesn't matter if they can stick to running the football and not make silly mistakes with the football, and hit key receivers while they're open. He could do a lot of damage. The second factor is the defense, especially in 2 minute situations. We already know what the defense can do throughout the game. It just depends on the 2 minute situation. Usually in a 2 minute situation, a lot of things break down. And they could have broke down today if they didn't make a couple key plays. But that's the only two things that really scare me about this team is the 2 minutes when it comes to the defense. Can they hold up? Can they slow the other team down? Because I know they like to play a lot of zone in them 2 minutes. They might need to play man. Might need to play man, but can they do that? And can Lamar Jackson be healthy? Can he be focused enough to get the job done? I understand that he's a little upset. I understand he probably checked out a little bit during the season. I understand it's very frustrating with the organization, but you still have a chance to win the championship. And you're right now you're in the dance. So if he can come back focused and the leader that he is, they can make they can go as far as he wants to take them.
And if I'm Lamar's mom, his agent, or one of his boys in his circle, I'm sitting him down and saying, let's take these last couple of weeks of the regular season, the team's in the playoffs, get healthy, be your best Lamar. And if you take this team to a Super Bowl, you can get a blank check like Joe Flacco did, and the contract will solve itself, and you'll be more than paid. And they'll probably give you a number one wide receiver too while they at it. They'll give you whatever you want if he go in and win the Super Bowl.
Be honest with you, I think he will get a number one wide receiver, regardless. If he's here next year or somewhere else, somebody's going to come and play with him because we see all these quarterbacks, every week we see Justin Jefferson doing something crazy. Devontae Smith went crazy today in that Cowboys game, along with CeeDee Lamb. So it's like we see these
Jamar
perennial
Chase, our own division.
number. Yeah, exactly. So we see all these guys, these number one wide receivers. There's no way in hell that you can tell me that Lamar Jackson cannot be a better quarterback at all. Just throwing to some of these guys. Drake London is a number one wide receiver. We saw what he did against us today. He made a lot of crazy catches. We need a guy like that, or a couple guys like that. But that's neither here nor there. I think even with the team, with the way this team is constructed right now, they still have a chance of going as far as they want to go. It just depends on them and the mindset.
Like you said, Raj, if they can get a healthy Lamar, continue to play defense that they're playing, keep teams under that 20-point threshold, run the football, convert on third downs, and score a little more touchdowns in the red zone. Didn't see it today, but they finally score a touchdown in the red zone.
To a
Hey,
wide receiver.
yes, D Rob. Uh, but we'll see what happens, man. I mean, we got our Christmas wish. The Ravens are in the playoffs after last season being the number one seed, 8-3. Lamar hurt. They miss out. This
Hmm.
team's back in the playoffs. And hey, you can't win the Super Bowl if you don't make the playoffs.
Exactly. Got to get to the dance. If you get to the dance, anything can happen. We seen that in 2012.
Right about that. Lamar, you want your check. You can earn it in these next couple weeks. Raj, anything else before we get ready to get out of here and get ready for Santa Claus?
I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope everybody is going to have a great holiday tomorrow. If you had a great day today with these Ravens win, it's a wonderful thing. If you froze your ass off in the cold weather today in that stadium, your boy feels for you. But like I said before, man, Merry Christmas to everybody. And if we don't, well, since we're at the Ravens post-game show, we won't see you until January 1st. So, Happy New Year as well. But we will be having, like Byron said, shows during the week. And I'm pretty sure we'll recap a little bit of this game on Monday as well. So stay tuned for that. I think, Byron, you have a couple things coming this week as well.
Yeah, well, shout out to you all, you Raj especially. Got a lot of shorts on the channel. Check those out. Doing big numbers, a lot of Ravens content. We got our normal weekly live streams coming up Wednesday. AEW, of course, Monday, the flagship podcast, and Friday, John Cena returns to SmackDown. We will have that live for you as well. We'll be watching that live. Can't miss that. And I may work in some top matches and pay-per-views from this past year as well. We'll let you know about that. And Cravante is supposed to be doing some goofy of the year as well. Big Raj, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We was just talking about you. What we saying? Oh, way, no way, go away.
Go away.
How you feeling, Big Reg? Before we get out of here, we go into the playoffs. Are you excited? Can it make a deep playoff run? Vote. Let us know in the comments. Shout out to you for all your support this year. Justin, we appreciate you, man. Merry Christmas. Let us know. We'll get you on next week. Everybody in the chat. Brian, I know everybody who's here every week. We appreciate you. As always, this week coming up, we'll have those live streams, Ravens previews against the Steelers, flagship podcast on Monday, live streams. Hit the bell, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And yeah, that's pretty much that. And we wish you a Merry Christmas and hope everybody enjoys time with their family. Enjoy yourself, be safe, stay warm. And we love you guys. Appreciate all the support for this year. 2022 has been a great year for the Flex On Podcast. And 2023 will be even better. Anything else, Raj, before we get out of here?
Nah, man. Just enjoy it. If you're with your family, enjoy your family. If you're with your kids, enjoy your kids. And, spend that wonderful time together. This is the perfect time of the season to get job.
Only place giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
God's favorite host, social media producer Big Raj. Ravens win 17-9, heading to the playoffs. Much like Santa hitting down your chimney. We'll see where they play and who they play in the next coming weeks. Pittsburgh next week as well on New Year's Day. We'll be live for the post-game show preview coming this week. And appreciate you guys. Merry Christmas. We out of here. Thank y'all for joining us. Wrap those presents. Don't stay up too late. And leave some cookies and milk out for the Flex On Podcast, y'all. Peace. Happy recap, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Peace.